Thank you so much for tuning into another session of the Business of the Kingdom presents the Admin Academy. My name is Tracy Thomas and I am the founder and CEO of the Business of the Kingdom, where we service the business side of what you do, your vision, your business, your event, and your ministry by handling all of your administrative needs. On today's session, we are going to continue our topic of discussion about event services. That's right, we have been having wonderful sessions about the administrative side of event services, and today is nothing short of another great and wonderful session. Why? Because we are talking about one of the popular and one of people's most favorite topics, and that is money. Yes, we are talking about budget planning and financial tracking for your events. So let's jump right into today's session talking about that almighty dollar, shall we? All right, I'm so glad that you said yes. One of the key things to remember when you are talking about budget planning, when you are talking about financial tracking for your events, is making sure that you assess the needs of your event. What does that mean? That means you have to do a little bit of research. And maybe not even just a little bit of research. It might require you to do a whole lot of research to make sure that you have everything covered, every I dotted, every T crossed in regards to exactly how much it is going to cost to execute your event. What do you mean by that, Tracy? That means you outlining out what the features of your event are. Do you want to have speakers? And if so, do they have honorarium costs? Do you have people coming in from out of town that are going to be on your program? And if so, does their travel cost? What about their lodging? Are you paying for their hotel stay? And if so, how much does that cost? Are you going to some type of venue that requires facilities charges? What are facilities charges? That means some places charge you for the use of their carpet. And trust me, they might even charge you by the square foot. Some places nowadays, since we're living in a technological age, they may charge you the use of their Wi-Fi, the use of their internet connections. Some places might even charge you a facilities charge such as a cleaning fee, or charge you a security deposit to ensure that nothing gets broken. Are you ready to incur all of those costs for your event? Those are questions that you should ask yourself as you are planning out all of the features. I know you want to have the lights, the camera, the action, all of this and all of that, but have you counted up the cost for what it's going to take to actually have all of those things at your event? Another thing to assess the needs of when it comes time for planning and outlining that budget for your event is, have you assessed the needs of your audience? For the people who are coming to your event to support you, and not only support in the way of being a part of your event, but coming even to just be an attendee, have you assessed their needs? Have you even factored into thinking of who your audience is? Who are you planning this event for? The reason why that's an important question is because some groups of people require a different approach and therefore a different financial strategy in regards to pulling off that event for them. What do you mean by that, Tracy? I mean, if you are one like myself who has this experience that has planned events for youth or for kids, that takes a different approach than those who plan events specifically for young adults and adults who are over the age of 18. Why? Because kids 9 times out of 10 do not have jobs. And if they are of age to be able to have a job, they probably are not making that much money. What that means is you might have to think about feeding them for the duration of your event. That might mean that you have to think about taking care of their transportation for the duration of your event. because those are things that a lot of times kids cannot do for themselves. So that's something that you have to think about in regards to factoring your budget, so then that way you can make sure that everything is taken care of for the people that are coming to be a part of your event. The last bit of information that you need to consider, or that you need to remember, that you need to think about when it comes to budget planning and financial tracking, is one of those big buzz A words that a lot of people try to duck and dodge and hide from, and that is affordability. For this great, grand, and wonderful event that you want to have, can you actually afford it? Or do you know how you are going to pay for it? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, even if your event goes off seamlessly, everybody has a great time, it is still your name that is on your event. It is still you as the one who holds the responsibility of paying those bills. Oh, that's right. That's right. I know you might be saying, oh, well, I'm charging a cover charge, and I know I'm going to have this X, Y, and Z number of people. Oh, I'm charging a registration. Or, oh, no, one of the most popular things that I hear of when it comes to event planning, especially in the kingdom, as we call it, is, oh, we're going to have a free will offering. But guess what? What if the attendance isn't what you expect? What if you have the case, especially going back to the example of planning events for youth, where you have parents that say, yeah, I want my child to go, but you know what? We need some financial assistance. We can't afford the price that you're asking for. At the end of the day, if your plan A does not work out, you are still the one that is responsible for taking care of the responsibility of paying the cost to execute your event. So not only is your financial status on the line, not only is your finances on the line as far as for you meeting that expectation, but your word is also on the line. Because by you having that event, that means that you have promised the people that have helped you to plan and have helped you to put everything together for your event, you have promised them that you are going to make good on giving them their compensation. When you go to your 9-to-5 job, you put in your time, you give your talents and your giftings to get the job done that your boss, your supervisor, or whoever it is that hired you has asked for you to do. And therefore, at the end of that period of time, you want your compensation. You want your paycheck, right? Well, so do they. So do they. And if they do the work for you, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to want that return on the time that they've invested to help you to execute your event. So I hope that you have enjoyed our session for today. We have talked a little bit about budget planning and financial tracking for events in regards to assessing the needs of executing your event. We have talked about assessing the needs of your audience and knowing who your target audience is, so that you can therefore know the approach for developing your financial strategy to execute your event. And lastly, we have talked about the affordability of you executing your event. So, if you have any questions or want to know more about this topic or about the business of the kingdom and the services that we provide administratively to help you with your vision, business, ministry, or event, feel free to hit us up on our website at www.thebusinessofthekingdom.org. You can also find us on social media at The Business of the Kingdom on Instagram or The Business of the Kingdom on Facebook. Until next time, everybody, see ya.